Are you like me and keep seeing these ads on Facebook and everywhere for these mason jar vacuum sealers? I've been seeing them all the time, possibly because I've researched them. Well, I got reached out to this week and a company sent me one to try, so I'm trying it for the first time. I'll tell you the truth and we'll all learn together. I wanted to show you something today that I have actually found useful on the homestead. The company reached out to me and asked if I would be willing to try out their vacuum sealer that's made for mason jars. And since I have all these mason jars and we do a lot of dry storage in our mason jars, I thought, hey, that's a great opportunity. When I did this video a few weeks back on the mason jar shelf wall that I have behind me, a lot of you really loved it. And some of you asked me, are they vacuum sealed? And I'm like, no, they're not vacuum sealed. I've never tried a vacuum sealer. I've never ever gotten into that. I thought, well, in the future, I would like to try that. And in fact, I had, since that video, I had looked a little bit at them, like the mason jar genie, I think it's what it's called. And I had one in my cart on Amazon and I just hadn't pulled the trigger when this company reached out to me and asked if I wanted to try their product. And so I was like, sure, hey, that's a great opportunity for me, because that lets me know if it's going to be practical, if it's going to be something that I would like to use over the long haul. So I've been playing around with it today. I've vacuum sealed several different jars and several different sizes of jars. I'm going to show you a few tips on what I learned, and now I'm sold. So let me just grab a random jar off the shelf. So these are new jars and new lids that haven't been canned with. And unfortunately, when the people delivered this from Walmart, they did a little bit of damage to the lid. I'm going to go ahead and try this one anyway, even though it has that little dent. It's not in the place where it's sealed, so I don't think that's going to matter. You don't need your rings for this. You place your vacuum sealer on the lid, and you have two sections. This is for the wide mouth, and the inner portion is for the narrow. And I'll show you something else about it when we're done with this. So you just put it on straight down, you hold firm pressure, and then you push the button to turn it on. Once you see the lights come on, which you might be able to see there, then you're just going to give a quick flick to this and hold down firm pressure with your hands, and that'll activate the vacuum sealing process. The first several that I tried, I was not holding firm pressure on this. The instruction manual doesn't actually say to do that. I mean, it says hold it, but I didn't even know that I was supposed to hold it the whole time. And so I ended up with lots of them that failed because of that little thing I didn't know. You'll hear the steady drone of the vacuum sealer, and you should hear the noise start to change as it sucks more air out. There it goes. Yeah. So when the pitch changes, you know that it's about to be done, and then it's done. Okay, so when you're done and when it shuts itself off, you don't have to do anything else. It'll shut itself off. You have to firmly grasp your jar with one hand and very gently wiggle this off, because otherwise you can break your seal and then all is for naught. And I've done that plenty of times, so it's not the end of the world. It's just wastes a little bit of time. Okay, then you test your seal. And yes, it can hold the weight of a whole half gallon of split peas, so you know that you have a good seal. They say it's best to just leave it off because it might, that way you can test the seal. I'm not worried about it because I don't have anything in here that's going to go bad either way. It's just beans. So back on my shelf that goes. And then the other part that I wanted to show you was, this is a two-part machine. It does the two sizes of jars. And one more thing before we move away from the jars. The instructions actually say that if you're going to be doing jars over 16 ounces, which is a pint, you would do best to remove the inner seal But I tried it both ways, and to be honest, I couldn't get it to seal when I removed this gasket. So I put it back on, and then it was sealing. So I guess it's just a little bit of trial and error. If you take this and give it a little twist, this top part will come off. And then it's not only a mason jar sealer, but this is also a vacuum bag sealer. So it can use these little guys that have the little port that you stick this vacuum sealing thing on it, and that sucks all the air out of your bag, and so then you can store your food for a long time. It takes up less space. And I suppose if you even had these for your clothing or your socks, you could squeeze all the air out and you could slide them under your bed easier if you wanted to do that. Now, I played around with this, and I was not prepared to be impressed with this. I have never thought about vacuum sealing my stuff. It's not been on my radar. But once I tried it, I'm like, I really do like this. I threw some trail mix in this bag. This set comes with the vacuum sealing machine, for the jars. It comes with 2 of these bags. It comes with 2 regular size jar lids, and it comes with 2 wide mouth jar lids. And so that's what comes in the kit, plus some labels. There's 6 labels, and then it comes with a USB charger because it's rechargeable. That's really nice. Okay, and these are like Ziploc bags, but you can have them with all the air out of them and store them for a lot longer, and that can keep your trail mix better. Or you can just open it up, get some trail mix out, eat it whenever you want to, and then if you want to reseal it again, that's what you can do. And so I'm going to show you how that works. I'm going to get this out, and it's faster if you just go ahead and get as much air out as you can, obviously, but you don't have to like go crazy about it. So I've gotten most of it out. I just burped it like usual, and then I'm going to take my little vacuum sealer jobby, put it on here. It works best if you hold it firmly on your table. Turn the machine on so that you get your screen, wherever that comes from, 83%, and then just a quick push and it'll suck the air out. I'm going to try to show you so that you can see the process. Watch the bag. Watch the bag, watch the bag. Let's try that again. There it goes. If at first you don't succeed, try again. It doesn't really take very long to do this. Okay, and that's all there is to it. And then you have a perfectly sealed, there is no air in this at all. It's really, really tight. And it opens up all kinds of possibilities for storing things in the fridge, freezer, on your shelf. It takes up less space. You don't have to worry about your Ziploc bag popping and everything falling out. So yeah, like I said, I like this. I didn't think I would. I didn't think it would be a big deal, but I really do like that part of it. I am just telling you the truth, my honest opinions. The box says that it can have up to 500 times of vacuum sealing on one charge. I don't think that's going to happen because I'm down to about 82%, and I have done about, let's see, I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I've done 5 jars successfully, and then I have like probably a dozen times where I've tried and it's gone for 2 minutes or it's gone for 3 minutes. When I was really having the learning curve, it kept going and going and going. And so, yeah, I feel like I've learned a few things. I feel like you have to make sure that your lids are in very good condition. Don't use those that are used in any kind of heat, because it can break, damage that sealing portion. But you can use these lids over and over if you haven't heated them. So it's a pretty small investment for something that can make your food last longer. Anyway, the charging capacity, I think, is maybe overstated. But pros, cons, I think most of them are pros. I was actually planning to say initially that I'm not too sure about this, maybe try another brand because this didn't seem very powerful. But once I kind of played around with it and got used to what I was doing, now I'm like, okay, it's a matter of making sure your lids are on there properly, holding firm pressure. Don't just let it sit on there on its own, because it's not going to be enough pressure. And yeah, a little bit of patience. So I will put the link in the description to this product, which comes with all those things. I think there's hundreds of different brands that are almost the same. So I would suggest you read the reviews, find out which ones have the features that you like, and don't hesitate to give a mason jar vacuum sealer a try if that's something that you think would be useful to your homestead. Bottom line for me is it is useful for my homestead. I'm really glad that they sent it to me. I'm super grateful, and I'm finding all kinds of things now that I can vacuum seal and store for longer. I appreciate you watching this video. If you liked it, please hit the thumbs up, and please subscribe if you'd like to receive more videos like this in the future, or if you just want to follow our off-grid homesteading journey. Have a wonderful day.